Tonight, we continue to talk about the socio-political tension rocking the two English-speaking regions of the country. Our guest tonight is a journalist, Mr. Augustine Wendong. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure, meaningful to come share, of course, ideas to conscientize the public about burning issues that are affecting national life.
The pleasure is ours as well. In few days from now, deliberations, legislative business would end at the level of Yaoundé. We have seen the pressure from the SDF MPs at the level of the hemicycle since the session began, boycotting, protesting at the level of the National Assembly. Up to now, the President of the National Assembly is still to react. Fellow MPs are still to consider the various revendications of SDF MPs. Now, the government is taking more tougher sanctions as far as security measures in the two English-speaking regions of the country. At the same time, MPs are calling for dialogue at the National Assembly. What is your reaction as far as these happenings are concerned?
It's a paradox. I want to say that whether the MPs or the Speaker of the House of Assembly is reacting or not, what goes down to history is that for once, Cameroonians are proud that we have a National Assembly. Because a National Assembly that was so docile, a National Assembly where bills were clapped in and they passed like a letter through the post box, of course saw a dawn of a new era where 15 MPs of the opposition, the SDF, put into action what can be called typical parliamentary business in a modern democratic society, because they are representatives of the people. If they believe that they were actually voted from constituencies to represent the aspiration of the Cameroonian people, then a situation like the very disturbing situation of the Anglophone crisis, which is becoming chaotic, could not go unchecked by the House of Representatives of the people. So for once, the SDF have rekindled the glimmer of hope in Cameroonians that they can be proud of a House of Assembly.
The House of Assembly, but we saw the indifference of other MPs because the National Assembly equally has members of parliament from other opposition parties, because of other people's representatives of the CPDM.
The truth is not democratic. The truth is not democratic. Even if it's spoken only by one person, the truth remains the truth, even if it's spoken by one person. So for the fact that the parliamentary group of the Social Democratic Forum, I'm a journalist, I've not come here to front for a political party. You know me, and those who are politicians, they know me, that I don't carry any party emblems, okay? But I want to say that I'm a Cameroonian who love this country, and if we pretend to say we are a democratic country with democratic culture, there should be debate about issues that affect national life within the hemicycle.
Like the current Anglophone crisis. The current Anglophone crisis is escalating.
I want to come. You know, the majority which comes from the ruling party, the CPDM, they are struggling to conserve power. And the Social Democratic Front being conscious that their role is to be watchdog in order to get to power, should just be doing what they are doing. And if there are other MPs of the opposition, dormant or docile, they are not politicians.
Okay,
they should leave the assembly.
Mr. Augustine Wendong, the situation is becoming more and more preoccupying. There are reports of many Anglophone Cameroonians fleeing to neighboring Nigeria. The United Nations has been talking about it. Those escaping the crisis to neighboring Nigeria is swelling the number of those that are escaping. What could be causing them to leave the northwest and the southwest regions when the government officials are indicating that security forces are there to protect the population?
Yes.
How can we explain that?
I want to tell you in a straight naked truth is that how wouldn't you not expect Anglophone Cameroonians to escape to neighboring countries when a senior divisional officer would tell them just after the declaration of the head of state that they should relocate?
But he has debunked. He said the communique is fake.
It is the governor. It is the governor that debunked the communique.
He too issued another communique denying, rejecting the communique.
But they should bring out who must have written and signed the communique, because the communique was written and signed by the senior divisional officer for Manu before Governor Okana Bilal Bernard came on air to say no, government is going there to restore the authority of the state.
Then why are people escaping to Nigeria? Government is there to restore order.
Because it was like, it's a petulant, it's a warlike situation. The senior divisional officer's communique gave the impression that the defense forces were not coming to fight the enemies, they were coming instead to fight everybody, which was not the case. I think this is the point where the President of the Republic should take corresponding action.
The silence of the government too is very preoccupying on this situation, this problem of refugee crisis.
Sorry?
The government's silence,
yes,
on the reported cases of refugee
I want to say that
crisis
it is a bad situation. It is a bad situation. In as much as I condemned the killing of soldiers, because I'm still asking, who is killing soldiers? Who are those killing soldiers, of which I condemn in total? I'm a Christian by birth, all right? By birth. And life is given only by God. And God alone have the prerogative to take away life. No human person have the right to take away life. But I support the government to restore the authority of the state, but then for the interest of the common Cameroonian. Yes, if Cameroonians are now languishing in misery, in bushes, in dead forests, and in foreign land, eating roots of trees, the government should do something. The government did something by repatriating, clandestine immigrants from Libya. They should do something, because if the international community is already crying with the influx of refugees in neighboring Nigeria, is therefore a cause for concern. So I want to say that
the government has to react.
When I saw
during the end of the speech on the 31st.
When I saw the President of the Republic on the 30th making this declaration, I saw the Commander-in-Chief taking a decision. But I am still waiting for the President of the Republic to take a more softer decision to bring Cameroonians to table so that we can dialogue.
We are hoping
he is the father of the nation.
That is the hope of everyone, especially as he is preparing to address Cameroonians on the 31st of
I think that
December
the 31st should be too far. The President of the Republic can still call the inclusive dialogue today, tomorrow, because before the 31st of December, you wouldn't know what. The Cameroonians might have died in bushes. Let him call for a dialogue on this Anglophone crisis so that Cameroonians can all feel at home. I am happy that the President of the Republic wants to fight the enemy, whoever they are.
Of course. Thank you so much, Mr. Augustine Wendon, for joining us tonight on Talking Point. We hope to have you some other time again.
The pleasure.